He pauses for a moment, glancing at the chaos unfolding before him. If he leaves now, it would be no different from handing the blade armor dragon over to Yin Mozi. The thought makes him grit his teeth. A drop of sweat rolls down his face, but then a faint smirk appears. He's already made up his mind. Gathering his courage, he mutters that this time, he won't back down. Power begins to surge from his hands, swirling around him like a raging storm. His energy flares, shaking the ground beneath his feet. He declares that regarding the Dragon King, he'll follow the plan and see it through. The air explodes with power as he steps forward. "Let's give it a try," he says, his aura bursting outward in a blinding flash. His allies respond instantly. Xiaoi, Abao, and Xingqian each preparing their ultimate attacks. The battlefield trembles as Xiaoi channels the Star Shatter. Abao focuses on Scourge of Heaven, and Xingqian ignites the Lava Blaze. Blue and crimson lights spiral through the sky, their combined energy forming a storm of magic and destruction. With everyone in sync and their powers reaching their peak, they prepare to strike together, ready to face whatever comes next. As the energy builds to its peak, she yells for everyone to take advantage of the opening. Her voice cuts through the chaos, and the entire team moves at once. Their combined power lights up the sky, blazing blue and crimson streaks crashing toward the enemy like falling stars. Everyone knows this is the decisive moment. Their success or failure depends entirely on this single strike. Without hesitation, they unleash everything they have. The air ripples under the force of their combined magic, shaking the ground and distorting the sky itself. The attacks collide with the massive Dragon King, each blow carving through the flames and scales. Roars echo as the beast struggles against the onslaught, but the team pushes harder, refusing to back down. Amid the explosion of light and smoke, the Dragon King's piercing blue eyes open wide. The creature remains silent, yet its gaze burns with power and awareness as if it's finally taking them seriously. Their combined attack tears through the sky, but something feels off. In the middle of the explosion, one of them suddenly notices a strange movement. The figure ahead doesn't react, it's almost too still. Then, in an instant, the expression on his face changes to shock. As the dust clears, he realizes the terrifying truth. The target they struck wasn't the Dragon King's real body at all, it was just a projection. The real one is still out there, watching them from the shadows. Confusion spreads across the group, but one of them narrows her eyes. She mutters that the blade-armored Dragon King must be bluffing, unless he's already dead. Her tone carries doubt, but also a hint of unease. Moments later, a massive burst of energy erupts in the distance, revealing the Dragon King's true form, its scales glowing with blue light, radiating a power even greater than before. The battle they thought was over has only just begun. As the smoke clears, confusion spreads among the group. He looks around, puzzled, wondering why the Dragon King's main body isn't there. Before he can figure it out, she steps forward, her wings unfolding as she calmly explains the truth: the blade-armored Dragon King is already dead. Her words leave him stunned. He repeats the word dead in disbelief, unable to accept it. But she continues, her tone steady and analytical. The defensive form they just fought was nothing more than an illusion, a lifeless echo left behind. She explains that the Dragon King must have sacrificed its recovery, burning away its own essence to maintain that illusion. It was a final act of defiance, holding on even after death. Judging by the remains, it's been gone for a long time. She gazes toward the horizon, her expression turning cold as fragments of steel drift in the air. This broken shell before them, this scrap of armor, is all that remains of the blade-armored Dragon King. After uncovering the truth about the Dragon King's death, the tension slowly fades. He starts piecing everything together after the Great War. The blade-armored Dragon King must have left the falling Dragon Valley and come here, sacrificing itself to protect something valuable. She listens silently, then agrees but notes something strange. With the Dragon King's strength, recovery should have been possible. There was no reason to destroy its own essence unless it had another purpose. He glances toward the remains and realizes the truth. It wasn't protecting itself, it was guarding something. Stepping forward, he decides to investigate personally. The air thickens as he moves closer to the massive remains, determined to uncover what's hidden inside. Moments later, his voice echoes through the mist. He's found it. Her expression shifts in surprise as the truth clicks into place. The Dragon King hadn't died in vain. It sacrificed everything to protect the dragon egg resting deep within its body. Inside the cave, he uncovers a glowing object. It's the blade armor dragon egg. As he examines it, a divine aura surrounds the area. Next to him, she notices two unfamiliar magatama radiating powerful light. When he inspects them closely, he realizes they contain divine energy far beyond mortal reach. She calmly explains that these are God's crystal cores, rare artifacts formed only at the God level, attainable after reaching the 7th transformation. Such power can only be taken by defeating a god. It's then revealed that when the Blade Armor Dragon King came here, he encountered two gods, severely wounded and outmatched. The Dragon King fought to protect this egg with the last of his strength. She explains that in its final moments, the Blade Armor Dragon King used the last of its strength to create an illusion protecting its precious dragon eggs. Though it could have used the god crystals to heal itself, it chose to leave them behind for its offspring instead. Even after facing two Dragon Kings and two gods, the Dragon King managed to slay them and claim their cores. Yet, instead of restoring itself, it gave everything away, sacrificing its life for the next generation. As the energy flows into the dragon egg, he silently watches, realizing the depth of the creature's will. The Dragon King didn't just die, it made sure its legacy would live on. When she calls out to him, asking what he's thinking, he simply shakes his head and smiles faintly, lost in thought about the weight of that sacrifice. He looks down at the dragon egg, quietly admitting how deeply he respects the Blade Armor Dragon King's sacrifice. Its strength and devotion left a lasting impression on him. She steps closer, warning him not to let human emotions cloud his judgment. Her tone sharpens, reminding him that neither life nor death is something beings like them can choose. With her wings spread, she explains that in this world, survival belongs to the strong. To live, one must fight and devour. It's not cruelty, it's nature's unchanging law. Her words echo through the cave, leaving him silent. Even though her logic is cold, he can't deny the truth in it. The world runs on power, not pity. He glances toward her and brings up the dragon egg, wondering what she plans to do with it. Her expression sharpens slightly as she smirks, asking if he's afraid she'll break their contract and swallow it herself. A dark aura begins to swirl around her as she admits that his caution isn't misplaced. It's good to stay vigilant, especially around someone like her. She confesses she had considered taking the egg, but the Blade Armor Dragon King seemed to have anticipated that possibility long ago. Its power remains guarded, even after death. With a cold smile, she decides to let the egg absorb the divine crystal core on its own. Doing so will give it unmatched strength, though tainted by an aura not meant for dragons. Surrounded by dark energy, she remarks that the dragon egg he's holding carries a repulsive aura, but to her, it's worthless. She's only interested in pure dragon blood. He quickly realizes her true motive, accusing her of wanting to use him to steal the egg, only to devour it herself later. She doesn't deny it, only smirks. Still, he understands why the Blade Armor Dragon King made its final choice. It must have known that the demon-devouring Dragon King would never give up. Leaving the crystal core for the egg was its way of protecting the future. Smiling softly, he holds up the egg, ready to begin. Calling out to Xiaofei, he tells her to gather everyone. Their family is about to welcome a new dragon into the world. Gathered inside the cave, he looks around to confirm that everyone's ready except for Xingqian, who decides to wait outside, uninterested in the ritual. With the others standing behind him, he takes a deep breath, steadying his focus. Holding the egg firmly in his hands, he announces that it's time to begin. Energy flares from his body as he activates the dragon taming technique, a skill powerful enough to control dragon creatures. Golden light bursts from his palms, surrounding the egg in radiant waves. Everyone watches in awe as the egg begins to glow and pulse, its surface cracking with blue light. The divine power inside stirs, signaling the birth of something extraordinary. As the glowing egg pulses one final time, a burst of light fills the cave. Cracks spread across its surface until a small, silver-blue dragon finally breaks free. He stares in disbelief before his expression softens into a smile. It worked. The Blade Armor Dragon King's egg has hatched. Holding the hatchling carefully, he introduces it to the group. Meet the newest member, the cub of the Blade Armor Dragon King. Everyone gathers around in awe. The little dragon looks around curiously, letting out a soft growl. The others can't help but smile. This wasn't just a new life. It was the beginning of a new bond. The newly hatched dragon stands proudly, its small frame radiating confidence. The group watches carefully. Its expression seems serious, yet calm and composed. One of them laughs nervously, noting that the little creature doesn't look very approachable. But before anyone can react, it suddenly lets out a loud cry, startling everyone in the cave. The dragon flaps its wings and charges forward with playful energy, causing chaos around them. Despite the confusion, everyone can't help but smile at its spirit. As the noise settles, he looks at the baby dragon and sighs with a faint smile. "What?" he mutters, realizing this energetic hatchling might be more of a handful than he expected. After all the excitement, the little dragon quietly curls up on the ground beside the shattered pieces of its egg. Its playful energy fades, replaced by a soft, lonely expression. He watches in silence, realizing what's wrong. The young dragon isn't restless, it's grieving. Even without understanding words, its heart remembers the one who gave everything for it. A faint image of the majestic Blade Armor Dragon King appears in his mind, standing tall as if still watching over its child. He finally whispers, almost to himself, "So, it misses its mother." The cave falls silent, filled with a bittersweet calm that lingers in the air.